So, what is the I think one thing that if you had to go back and do it over again, getting involved in real estate or working with clients that are just starting in real estate, what is the one thing that you would do different?
Let me think. One thing I would do different. Well, I think there were a lot of opportunities that I missed because I got a little buyer's remorse or got a little scared. There were properties that I could have bought. There were times, and so basically I would say that there were opportunities that I missed because I was listening to, once again, the advice of well-meaning but not well-meaning advisors, but the wrong kind, like the ones that don't own any real estate. And there was one time when a gentleman was going to give me his fourplex, just take over payments. He was retiring. He was leaving the state, and all I had to do was just take over the payments, and it was an FHA, non-qualifying assumption. I listened to the wrong person that said, that fourplex is not a very good area, and it could be a big drain on you, and so it's probably listening to the wrong voices, and one of the things that I teach in my goal-setting seminars is don't, keep your goals secret from people that are naysayers. You don't need to let them know, because the first thing that a naysayer will do is talk you out of doing something that probably should be right. So.
Have you found that it's really difficult if you have people in your family and friends that aren't in the real estate market, that they seem to have all this advice that seems contrary?
Yeah, and that's a tough situation, and especially maybe even a spouse. Fortunately, my spouse, her dad is a real estate agent for years. I mean, has been a real estate investor, and she understands that, and that's all we've done is real estate in our professional careers. So that I've had the advantage of that. But there were times that people that are in my own family would talk me into, sometimes for good reason, and I was glad they did. But then a lot of times would try to talk me out of investing. For instance, my father, who was a real estate attorney. If you know anything about real estate attorneys, they're not oftentimes very good salespeople or investors. In other words, I would want to go buy I want to go buy a property, and he would come as an attorney. He would look into all the possible problems, or the way the contract was written, or the asset protection side of things, and he would oftentimes say, you got to be careful, and and it was like, if I'd listened to every time that he came up with a legal reason why I shouldn't buy a house or buy a property, I probably wouldn't own much. So, though I love him, and he's an attorney. I never showed him any of my contracts unless I thought there was an issue with him, because he would just tear the contract apart, legally. And so, that's, though well-meaning, trying to protect me, it would have prevented me from really stepping up and buying a lot of properties over the years.